A lot of questions that are unanswered today. We spent a lot of time talking to states, talking to different school districts, talking to a lot of higher education organizations. Let me share a little bit about what we know right now and get into then some of the things that you can do about it. First, we know there's $30.75 billion that are part of this act that are to be shared with states for education, essentially to enable distance learning. Now, how this is going to be distributed is going to be managed by the states, not federal, but managed by the states. And it'll follow things, from Title I and population as ways to be able to distribute that. So a lot of funding that's out there. The state will also then hold back some discretionary dollars to be able to use as they see fit. But the majority of these funds are going to go through K through 12 and higher education, again, to enable distance learning. School districts and higher education should really be thinking today about what their ideal digital learning platform is. What is the architecture? What is the technology? How does that tie into curriculum? So the main ask, the main focus today is, what does your wish list look like? And as we talk to, again, multiple states, this is a direction that they're giving to different superintendents as they're reaching out today, is focus on what that ideal state looks like. Now, we know a couple of these things that are kind of surfacing to the top, again, through our conversations, both with school districts as well as at the state level. Focus here is really, again, first on internet access, then on student one-to-one programs. And the third area is really going to be around both technology enablement and professional development for the instructional side. It's one thing to just enable them with technology, but professional development has to be a key part of that too, as you're kind of building this kind of ideal state for you right now. But I would say when it comes to the short-term focus right now, a lot of people are focusing on internet access to make sure that there's equitable learning opportunities for all. But again, focus on those three things when building your ideal platform: internet access, student one-to-one programs, and then both professional technology and enablement for the instructors. There are many reasons to do this now, but let me focus on two of those. First off, it's your duty. Now, many schools were already enabled with distance learning by having strong one-to-one programs and strong technology curriculum relationships that were already tied together. And those, candidly, that didn't already have that relationship were largely exposed right now. So this is part of a maturity path to be able to have these one-to-one programs and to be able to have instructor enablement as well. But the second reason that this has to be focused on now, even while the state's still figuring out how all these dollars are going to be distributed, you want to be first in line when they say it's time to go. The reason why? We are going through an immense supply chain challenge in the industry right now when it comes to the technology industry. Demand is an all-time high, supply is out at an all-time low, and those two things, well, they don't work well together. So when the state is ready to say, hey, here are your dollars, here's how you can use them, you want to be first in line. This pandemic has impacted everybody in the world, but let's remember where a lot of the technologies that we all leverage today in school districts and higher education, where those are manufactured. They're either fully assembled, or a lot of the components are coming out of China, which has just had mass shutdowns for obvious reasons here over the last couple of months. So the impact of that to the supply chain has been dramatic, especially when you couple the fact that the sheer demand, not just in education, but in every industry, to have more mobility and work from home capabilities. You do not want to be last in line when it's time to get your technology order in. PDS has an immensely strong relationship with HP, and we've spent a lot of time working with them directly on what does an ideal state look like, what is a reference architecture, putting our heads together at PDS and also the heads together of engineering and technical staff at HP as well. And here's some of the things we want to share with you here on this next slide. As you can see on here, what we've done is we put together, again, what we would call a reference architecture for you. And this has things split out both from an instructor or teacher level as well as for students. And there's a few things we'd like to be able to call out on here. First, on the instructional side, you see we have a class in there designated as an elite book. Part of the consideration for this is to look at, number one, robust security features, again, for the instructor as we're using this from home, but also enhanced audio and video capabilities. It has Bang & Olufsen audio and optimization for video conferencing as well, which is so important for instructional effectiveness. As you look at the student devices, there's Microsoft devices, there's Chrome devices, and again, as you look at some of these, when you see the EE, that means it's an education edition. That means the specifications and design are specifically tailored to the use of a student. So that's where all the configuration of that is built with the kind of user definition in mind. Secondly, you see the Chromebooks that are on there, which obviously on the K through 12 has become now that standard. We certainly represent a lot of different technologies when it comes to Chrome. We believe HP continues to be a leader in engineering, not just in the Chrome technology, but in all technology across the board, and also with great support programs around that we'll talk about in a little bit. You also see docking monitors, USB-C docks that are highlighted here. You can get these with integrated webcams. These are very, very popular, again, for distance and remote learning. And the other thing I just call out is the Z workstations. So one of the hidden gems that HP Engineering has is this product called the Z Central Remote Boost. What this allows you to do is if you have CAD programs, other engineering in that, so especially if you think about this in higher education, but certainly also in K through 12, it's not feasible to just provide workstation devices for everybody at home. But what you can do is centralize that workstation activity and give remote access to people through Z Central Remote Boost. So this will allow them to have the functionality of a workstation through a more common or traditional device at home. So it provides you that remote access, but also provides some incredible opportunities for students to be able to collaborate with others as they're building and designing within this workstation. PDS is uniquely positioned to be able to help with our pre-negotiated pricing for states that are leveraged by education bodies, both in K through 12 and higher education, as well as our specific suite of education services that are helping school districts and higher education across the country. Let me elaborate on a couple of these. First, when you look at the contracts that we have access to. So PDS has taken the bold step here to, in advance of all this, negotiate terms at a state level for products that are being used in education, candidly in all the public sector, so that you don't have to go through the rigors of enormous efforts around RFPs or different comparisons of products and vendors and everything else. The state's already done that for you. So as you're getting this funding available, recognize that there's already contracts in place. And PDS has taken those steps directly with the state of Wisconsin, with the state of Minnesota, to have direct contracts in place with each of those states. So this takes away a lot of the headaches that school districts and higher education would otherwise have. Next area here is just really about our overall capabilities. I mean, my gosh, this is what we do. We work with hundreds of schools, helping them select, prepare, enroll, distribute, and manage their student and instructional technology. And our patented processes and methodologies, these allow us to do mass scale with quality of delivery that is considered really the gold standard in our industry. So our configuration centers are considered essential business, and they remain running to service our essential customers. It's hard to say when we're going to know more. It's certainly a question that we hear all the time about when will we have access to these dollars. And I can't say that concretely right now, but we felt it important to come to you at least today with what we do know today and to remind you on the steps that you can take. Again, ask yourself, what does that ideal distance learning architecture, platform, what does that look like? And please recognize, we are here to help. This is what we do. This is what we do every single day. We help people design technology platforms. We help them integrate it and then support it after the fact as well. And whether you're a Chrome school, Microsoft school, whatever that is, recognize that we can provide you technology guidance in that journey. So we'll continue to keep you posted here, but again, please first focus on what that ideal state looks like, because you want to be in a ready position when the states are ready to be able to work with you on this. Recognize that we have a team of people who do nothing but education all day, every day, and they stand ready to help you. Their contact information is on here. But again, thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit of a CARES update with you and recognize PDS stands ready to help you through this pandemic.